I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. Today I'm getting ready to paint. Actually, we've been painting the house now for about a month, in between weather and other projects. And it's one of those things that I really don't like doing, but I recognize as being necessary. If you're going to own a home, you got to take care of it. Either you pay somebody or you do it yourself. I'm too tight to pay somebody for something that I can do myself. Today I'm working on the porch ceiling. I've done the front of the house, and most of that is just, using a brush. Everybody's seen it, nobody wants to know. But I'm taking down a light today and going to be rebuilding the light because it's a good light. It just needs to be cleaned and painted. And I need to take it down before I paint the ceiling so I don't get paint all over it, like the last guy who worked on it did. So you can watch along as I take this light down from the ceiling and we'll see what's inside of it. One thing you want to make sure of, turn off the power before you start working on it. Even though the light bulb is not lit, it might just be that the light bulb is out. You want to make sure that there's no power in there to get you stung. Now, before anybody mentions it, yes, I'm working off an aluminum ladder. I don't own a fiberglass ladder, and I don't own a wooden one that'll work in this particular situation. So I'm making sure that the power is definitely off and that everything is okay before I start working on it. Working on an aluminum ladder on the ground, it's kind of like putting a lightning rod down. So be careful, check your power, and be safe. Oh, and wear your stuff. That's a bit corroded. I'm going to need a pair of pliers to get that down. This fixture has two screws, one on each side, and they have little brass nuts on them. It looks like the brass nuts have corroded onto the screw. So I'm going to have a little applied leverage to get them loose. There we go. Now when you take these down, you want to be kind of careful. They tend to have wasp nests in them. Taking those two screws loose, should have let it drop free. But it's not coming. I want to be careful because this has got glass shade on it, and I really would rather not break it. I think this thing's rusted up solid. That creates a whole new problem. How do I get it apart? Well, finally, by dint of hard prying, I managed to get it open. Hasn't been opened in quite a while. It's really in bad shape. Lots of bugs. But I think I can get it cleaned up and painted, but I will check with a local decorator just to be sure if that's what we want to do. The thing that was holding it stuck together was paint. Sometime in the past, somebody painted the base and they used latex paint when they painted the ceiling. Latex paint is like glue. Even after it's dry, it's still rubbery, and it'll actually tend to adhere to whatever it touches. That's why you don't want to paint the edges of doors with latex paint. They'll glue themselves shut. Well, they got paint on the inside edges of this by painting this and then putting this on top of it. Then somebody came along later and painted without taking it down, probably because they ran into the same thing I did. It wouldn't come down easily. But I'm never one to give up. It's down. If we decide to use these, I'll clean it up and paint it. If not, probably will end up in the trash. Nah, I'm always going to try and fix it up a little bit, aren't I? But anyways, that's how I took down a light fixture, and honestly, I don't think this one's going back up. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. And I hope you enjoyed my stylish attire. I'm ready for painting, which means I always put on my best clothes just before I get them all painted. Thanks for watching.